Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Did you see the game last night? That was a pretty good game. I enjoyed it, actually. I didn't have a preference who, win because I actually like both quarterbacks. If I've said many times that Jacoby Brissett was the main quarterback I liked in the draft, and we got Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott was right under Jacoby. I felt Jacoby's arm was just downright beautiful. But so I really like him. But, the Deshaun Watson Hopkins connection, that's straight out of Clemson. So, of course, I love seeing them win. But Watson fumbled at the end of the game. Darius Leonard punched that ball out, and he recovered it. It was a stud play by a stud linebacker, and the NFL didn't see it. I don't know how they didn't see it. On the replay, you can see the ball was clearly out before Deshaun Watson was close to the ground, and Darius Leonard had the ball. I mean, I don't, but that's the NFL for you. That's the NFL, and they're not going to deliver an apology to you either. This is my Friday video where I talk about the entire league from a Cowboys perspective, the upcoming games, but I don't care about any football games except the games that the Philadelphia Eagles are playing. It is us versus them. From here on out, it's going to be, who they're playing and if they win or not, that's going to have my interest. Last week I said that we better hope the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be 5-6 after they play the Patriots and the Seahawks. And I was like biting my fingernails during the Seahawks, during the New England game, because New England played an awful game. An awful game. Please bring that game to us, New England, that you gave to Philadelphia last week. Please bring us that game. But they played awful, and I was really worried that the Philadelphia Eagles would come back at the end of that game and win. So after the Seahawks, they have the Dolphins in Miami. Listen to me now. They have the Dolphins in Miami, probable win. The Giants at home, probable win. Then they go to Washington and play the Skins, probable win. Then the Cowboys at home, and then they finish out with the Giants in MetLife, probable win. So it's safe to say if the Eagles lose this week, they will be either 10-6 or 9-7, hopefully, to finish off the year. Now, if they win against the Seahawks, that could move into like 11-5 or 10-6, because we have games we should win. They have games they're probably going to win. It's a slight difference, but there is a difference. If we win, it'd be a nice cushion for us. If we win, it would be a nice cushion. They have a tougher schedule, but even after that, there is no reason that we should lose more than a couple games. You know what I'm saying? If we lose more than a couple games, after this New England game, this is a no pressure game that we have this week. But if we lose 2 games after that, then we shouldn't lose one, to be honest. But if we lose 2 games after that and don't get in the playoffs, expect Jason Garrett to be gone immediately. We have the game we have this week versus the Patriots. Then we have the Bills at home for Thanksgiving. We can do that. Then we have the Bears in cold Chicago. We can do that. We have the Rams at home. We can do that. Then the Eagles in Philly, and finish off with the Eagles with the Skins in Dallas. Our one probable victory. I know the Bears aren't that good, but when you sprinkle in how cold it's probably going to be in Chicago in December, then it could be a different type game where a great defense can really stifle an offense. So I'm a little bit worried about that game, but not too much. But I can still see clearly 11-5 or 10-6, which would give us either 11-5 gives us the division win, and 10-6, the worst that 10-6 could do is deliver a tiebreaker scenario with the Philadelphia Eagles. So the month of December is going to be really interesting. We really need to stay 2 games ahead of the Eagles when we play them. We need to be 2 games ahead. If we're 2 games ahead of the Eagles before we play the game, we can wrap it up. The division is over because they can beat us, and then they can beat the Giants, but we'll go beat the Redskins, and we'll end up a game over them. Even if we split with them, we'll end up a game over them in the division and move on. So that's my focus for the rest of the year. I don't care about wild card because we don't even have remotely a shot at that. At that. It's just about Philadelphia versus Dallas. Outside of this week, outside of the Philly versus Seattle game, which we would get to see, it's an early game, so we'll be able to see and have that in our pockets before we watch the game versus New England. But if they lose and we somehow end up 7-4 and they're 5-6, I'll be as giddy as can be, because all we have to do is win until we get to Philadelphia, and then we're good. You know what I'm saying? Win until we get to week 15. Oh, 16. Is that 16? Week 16. And we're good. But outside of that game, I only want to see Green Bay versus San Francisco, which I totally expect Green Bay to win. If San Francisco beats them, then that defense is really a legit contender, a championship contender. They really would be. And I also want to see the Ravens versus the Rams on Monday night. The Rams are getting better. Just keep an eye on the Rams, because they're well coached. They're a well coached football team. They're getting better. They're getting their run game back. So that's the one team out of the Bills, Bears, Rams that can really, I believe, can really ruin our plans. It'd be tough to beat us in Dallas, but that's the one team out of those three that can mess things up for us. Okay, you know that stupid quarterback rankings thing that the NFL.com website does? You know, this week I absolutely love it. It's the greatest thing in the world this week. I looked at it. I barely hit that link, but this week I said, let me hit that link when Dak is on a high. So number one quarterback in the NFL, according to the NFL.com website, is Russell Wilson. I love it. Go beat them other birds, Russell. Go knock them out, Russell. Number two is Lamar Jackson, who is, man, I was a Michael Vick fan. I think Michael Vick came into the league before, you know, the league was ready for Michael Vick. If Michael Vick played today, it would be just insane. And Lamar Jackson is the closest thing we have to where what Michael. He's not Michael Vick though. Michael Vick's had this. He had that, but he had a cannon. But Lamar Jackson is the closest thing that we're going to see to Michael Vick if Michael Vick happened in today's NFL. So I love that he's number two. Love watching that game, that guy play it. All hail the run game. Love it. Number three is Patrick Mahomes. He's slipping for me personally. You know, especially when I think I told you about that, when he had all those 3 and outs at the end of the Charger game, and he kept going, you know, kept missing his receiver and kept missing his receiver when he could have passed them to victory right there at the end. He couldn't do it. So he's slipping for me personally. And then of course, when you saw that Andy Reid went out here to Hart High and picked up Matt Moore from coaching the high school football out here and coached him to a victory over the Minnesota Vikings. Then, you know, there's a lot on the coach. And I think I told you that for a while, that Andy Reid is a quarterback guru, and he can win with a lot of quarterbacks. Then after number three, we have Dacky Dimes at number 4. Dacky Dimes at number 4, right above the great Aaron Rodgers. I love it. I love it. And then you have to go all the way down to number 12 to find Tom Brady, who we play this week. A little stab at Tom for getting at us about Candlestick Park in the catch game. I still ain't over that. Brady's a troll, an internet troll that you haven't. I mean, he's a brilliant troll. And then right under him at 14 is Mr. Carson Wentz. Near flawless list. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow at a last look of the Cowboys versus Patriots game on Sunday. That is basically the game of the week. Number 1 offense versus number 1 defense. Let's do it. All right, guys, holla at you. Peace.